Hello, thanks for stopping by. I'm Jarrell from Sungrand. I'm the developer of the Silver Falls games. So, this is just a check-in to let everyone know how things are going. For everyone that has just joined the series, welcome to Silver Falls, and I genuinely thank you very much for your support with the games. We have Guardians and Metal Exterminators launching on new 3DS this week for North America. There have been so many incredible messages from people all around the world showing support for the games, and I just thank you is all I can say. The best that I can do is keep trying to make more games for you. And I've been working my absolute hardest this year. If you're new to the Silver Falls series, I've been working extremely hard to get 7 games done for the Wii U and 3DS this year. And there's people have been asking where I have been. I generally try to respond to every single comment and message. I stay active on social media to share things behind the scenes, let you know what I'm working on. And then over the past 2 months or so, I've been quiet on that end, and people have been asking how things have been. So this is just a personal check-in. Working on these games at this brutal pace, it had a significant impact on my health. My physical health really suffered, and I knew that that was a price that I was going to have to pay working at this rate. I generally was working 130 hours a week the entire year so far. Wasn't taking breaks, wasn't resting properly, but it was needed to get this work done in such a tight window of time. And working with Nintendo, we were never really sure how long they would be able to hold the door open for me in terms of getting these games in. So Nintendo has always been so incredible with their support, and they gave me the opportunity. They extended this incredible opportunity to try to get these games in before the eShop closed, and so it's quite difficult for me to have to explain that in Europe we all tried. The people in the Nintendo offices have put in their a massive amount of effort and time into this, and I've kicked my own butt on these games. There were weeks where I'd put in multiple all-nighters to hit deadlines and get things in. So I've done absolutely everything that I possibly could, and it has had a negative impact on my health and things that I'll probably be dealing with for a while now. But it turns out in Europe, unfortunately, the window of time that we had to get these games launched has ended, and we are no longer able to launch these games. So early on, we had the opportunity. It seemed like, yes, we would be able to get these games out in Europe, and things changed. The situation has always been, we'll do our best and let's see how we go. And I had games submitted, and I don't want to keep issuing out excuses, because I respect and value support from everyone that has supported the Silver Falls series so much, and all of you deserve much more than excuses, so I don't want to give you excuses. And so we'll just leave it there, that Nintendo did everything they could, I did everything they could, but the situation was always going to be touch and go and see how we went. And unfortunately, there were technical issues which dragged things out, logical issues that dragged things out, and unfortunately much of the process I just had to sit and wait to see how the situation progressed. And it turns out that in Europe, the 7 games that I'd promised you won't be able to launch in Europe, and for that I apologize. I'd promised you these games to celebrate the Wii U and 3DS, and I won't be able to bring those to Europe. I've been trying to figure out the best way to sort of process and handle and share this information, but it was always going to be difficult, and I do understand that people will be upset, people will be disappointed, and I ask you, please don't direct that towards Nintendo. It wasn't up to them. The eShops were closing. They had to wrap up their side of the things. And so if you have any frustration, any anger and your disappointment, direct that towards me, because I promised you these games, and it came down to me, at the end of the day to produce these. Now, we still have the opportunity to get these games launched in North America, as you can see. We do have Guardians and Metal Exterminators launching this week, and I am very excited about that. I have had people message, some people have said they've picked up North American consoles so they can support the series, and I'm just so humbled by that. That's an incredible gesture, and letting me know that you enjoy the series that much. That's what keeps me going and pushing myself and working as hard as I can to get these games to you. I've had people ask, because they said that it's no secret, these games get pirated. The ROMs are online to download for free. People have custom firmware. They can install games, and people have asked about that. I can't promote that sort of thing. I can't promote custom firmware and installing ROMs, so that's outside of my space to discuss. But people have asked if they could donate to Patreon, because they won't be able to purchase the game on the eShop anymore if they were to be, due to not having the game launch in their region. And people have asked if they could just download the ROM from some website somewhere and then contribute to Patreon, so that they are able to support the series. And even that is quite humbling. And I really genuinely appreciate that. It's such an incredible gesture to me. If I could, I would just distribute the games for free. If I could, I'd be happy to put them online. If that were to save them from not being able to launch in Europe, if I could put them on the eShop for free just so people could enjoy them, I would have been happy to do that. I have people telling me that they wish the games could launch in Japan, and I tried to get the games launched in Japan for free. Part of launching games on the 3DS and Wii U is you require a Japanese bank, and that's one of the requirements, and that is out of my reach. And I did discuss, can I just launch these games for free so that our Japanese 3DS and Wii U users can still enjoy the game. But there were other logical requirements that prevented that. So for people that want to contribute to Patreon to help support the series, I'm so grateful for that. I'll put the link for the Patreon, because I will be able to bring in substantially less revenue now that we're not able to launch the games in Europe. And I just ask that if you can find some way to enjoy the games, enjoy the games. That's what's important to me. And people have been asking this, and so it's going to take an immense amount of work, and I'll have to shift the schedule a bit. But most of the games that I've been working on this year that I haven't been able to launch in Europe, I'll be working on Switch ports. I'll try to prioritize those so that people in Europe can at least enjoy the games. They won't miss out on the characters and the story of these games now that will only be able to launch in North America. So that's where we are. And I am still working extremely hard. There's still so much that I have to do in order to finalize all these games for launching. There's still a few left, and I really hope that I can fulfill that promise of at least getting these games out to North America. Please find some way to enjoy the games. I just want you to enjoy the characters and the story and the series. The release schedule will have to be changed by a few months in order to accommodate. Again, people have been asking me to bring at least some of these to the Switch so they can enjoy them. So I will do that, and I'll definitely do my best to find a way to make it up to you. And I just want to thank everyone for your support. Again, please excuse me if I have not been able to reply to your messages and comments. It's been extremely demanding working on these games, and I'm not able to breeze through development at the moment, so all of my energy is just focused on development. And at the end of the day, usually I do the social media and the responses after a long work day at the end of the day, and then sort of late at night I'll get to the messages. But at this point, when I finish my work day, I don't have that extra the spare fuel in the tank in order to get to the social media. I'm sort of just saving all my fuel for working on these games and doing the rest of the tasks that need completing so that all of the remaining titles can launch. So People have been asking about Galaxy Bound Curse, and I do have an update planned for that, but it will have to wait until this 3DS and Wii U eShop titles are finished. As there isn't a deadline on working for Game Boy Color games, that's free homebrew that you can download. I'll be addressing and fixing things, adding some new content, improving the stability. So if you have any feedback for Galaxy Bound Curse, please let me know, and I'll be happy to get to that. So the 3 Down Stars update is complete. I've been working so hard on that, and it's finally done. There's a graphical overhaul. Items are now more valuable, so when you sell your items in Frontier Fighters mode, you earn more money. So people asked or gave feedback that it can be difficult early on to earn money to upgrade your weapons and to buy ammunition. And so many items will be more than double their selling value now. Some will, 50% more valuable. So, and in addition to that, there will be code linker data added to connect to White inside its Umbra for the Wii U. So thank you again for your support. I really appreciate that. It is a bummer about not being able to bring these games to the Wii U eShop, but you can't let disappointments and things that don't turn out to be a success the way that you expect them, you can't let those stop you and slow you down. I will always look forward to the future with a positive attitude. I'll continue to do my best, and I'll find some way to make it up to Europe. And hopefully I can just keep making games that you all enjoy and that you find fun, and I can keep writing these fun, weird characters and keep making these interesting gameplay experiences for you. So thank you all for your support. Please take care of yourselves, and once these games are all ironed out and settled in, hopefully I can check in more often. I can hang out with all of you on social media more often as well. Please take care of yourselves and be well.